Good morning, Ugly Mug marketing friends from around the country, maybe even around the world. We are excited to be here with all of you today. As we're waiting for people to join and to hop on, we would love for you to tell us where you are tuning in from in the comments below, whether you are joining us on YouTube or you're joining us on our Facebook page. Please tell us where you're joining in from in the comments below. So I am Hannah, and I am joining in from Raleigh, North Carolina. I am here at The Nest, which is the co-working space that I work out of. Tim, tell us where you're tuning in from.
I'm here in Alexandria, Louisiana at the Ugly Mug headquarters.
Nice. Abby, what about you?
All right, I am in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I am here at home. This is where I work.
Yes. Our social media team is soon going to be fully remote, which is kind of exciting. Tim is actually moving to Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is awesome. So if you have any Chattanooga recommendations for Tim, if you've ever been to Chattanooga, good restaurants, good coffee shops, whatever, drop those in the comments below as well. So I am also drinking a vanilla latte, which is my coffee drink of choice. This is from Pine State, which is a fun coffee shop / running store. Interesting combination. But they are downtown Raleigh. Well, I guess not downtown, but they're inside the Beltline. And if you live in the Triangle area, you probably know what inside the Beltline means. I don't know. It was a term I had to learn when I moved here, but this is delicious. Highly recommend Pine State Coffee if you are ever in the Raleigh-Durham, Chapel Hill Triangle area. Tim, Abby, are y'all drinking anything in particular this morning?
I already had
Got some water.
A cup of drip coffee this morning, so I'm good to go.
Nice. Tim's drinking a Pellegrino because he's fancy. Is anyone in the stream like Pellegrino? Tell us in the comments. We need to know.
We'll put you up on screen if you are, or if you do.
Right? Wouldn't that be so fun? If you like Pellegrino, please join our live stream. Awesome. Well, it looks like we have about 11 people who are joining us live right now, and probably many more who are going to be watching the replay of this. So I just want to formally introduce myself. My name is Hannah Acosta, and I am the manager of the social media department here at Ugly Mug Marketing. We're excited to share with y'all our best kept secret, and it is this: how to create 3 months of social media content for your business, so for your Instagram and for your Facebook page, in just one day. I don't know, guys. I don't know. You might be feeling a little skeptical.
That's a big claim.
It's a really big claim. Joining me today, I have 2 of our social media coordinators, my Ride or Die team, Tim Johnson and Abby Thomas. They help the Hot Mess Express, which is me. They help us stay on the tracks and keep things moving in the right direction. And today, answering your questions in the comments is actually Alex Bjork. He is our newest social media coordinator, and he is joining us remote from Rockford, Michigan. So, which if you're not familiar with Michigan, it's just north of Grand Rapids. If you're not familiar with Grand Rapids, it's on the west side of the state. And I don't know how much more specific I can get down to from that. So Google Rockford, Michigan, if you're interested in that. Alex is going to be the one commenting and answering questions there and sending y'all the link for our freebie, which we are going to mention several times throughout this webinar. No strings attached. It's an awesome free guide and tool that you'll be able to download. So y'all are not here to listen to us talk about our favorite coffees and talk about Pellegrino. You are here to learn about social media. Wait, what?
Mike Lehman's here to talk about Topo Chico, though. So we got one person at least who's a fan of the sparkling water.
The sparkling water gang. I love that.
That's right.
Who else is joining us? We have Kate joining us from Colorado. Love that. Jerry from Houston, Texas. Kelly is joining us from Lafayette. Patrick is joining us from Texas. Welcome, y'all. We love to see it. Now I see we've got 12 people joining us. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. We are going to dive in and get started in our content. So you are all here to learn how to create 3 months of content in one day. And before I dive in, actually, there's this little bird chirping outside my office window. And I just can't make them go away. So y'all just might have to hear this little bird chirping. It's a lovely spring day here in Raleigh, light showers. So you're getting the full experience by listening to the bird chirping in the background. All right. So as we mentioned, we've got Tim Johnson, social media coordinator, myself, and Abby Thomas, our social media coordinator, all joining from different places across the country. And then we've got Alex Bjork in the comments joining us from Rockford, Michigan. Here is what we're going to be covering today. This is our framework. This is actually how we approach content creation. And so we thought it was really helpful to present to y'all in this same way. So we always start off with the planning phase. Today, we're going to be talking about content categories and developing an actual calendar template for you to be able to use over the course of the next 3 months. So June, July, and August, we've got your back. Then we're going to jump into creating. Abby is going to be sharing our copywriting template and how she approaches copywriting. Then she's also going to take over the screen and show y'all our best tips and tricks for creating amazing scroll stopping, not show stopping, scroll stopping graphics in Canva, which is a remarkable tool that if you don't have, first of all, you can get the free version, but definitely upgrade to Canva Pro. And it's just a great tool that everyone should have, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you're a big, small, medium, large size business or corporation. It's a great tool to have. Lastly, where Tim is going to talk to us about implementing, he's going to be talking about Meta Business Suite and what the heck that is and how you can use that as a tool to help you actually implement the strategy that you're going to be putting together. Then he's going to talk about Creator Studio, which is another tool offered by Facebook/Meta/Instagram. And he's going to show you how you can utilize that in your business as well. So let's dive into planning, shall we? Everyone always wants to know about the best days to post, the best times to post. And the reality is there may be certain times where more people are active on Facebook, where more people are active on Instagram. And there are some standards across the board, but it really depends on your demographic and when that particular age range is spending time on social media, or when they are out of work, or when they're in the carpool line. Maybe that's when they're looking at Instagram and Facebook. There are a variety of different peak times that your target audience might be on each of these platforms. But our best tip is this: consistency creates miracles. You want to show up for your people once a week and commit to that, or twice a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, whatever makes sense and is realistic for you. It's important to set a goal and to be realistic about it. It's not realistic to say, I'm going to post every single day when you're a solopreneur and you're the photographer, you're the accountant, you're the content creator, you're doing all the things and wearing all the hats in your biz. Maybe when we're just getting started, it's realistic to post twice a week, and that's okay. Just consistently show up for your people when you're getting started. So step 1 in the planning process is to set your goal. Determine if you can post 1 time per week, 2 times, 3 times per week, or heck, maybe it's even more than that. Maybe it's twice a day. But think about, again, what's going to be realistic for you. Next step is going to be developing your content categories. So once I've established, all right, I'm going to post twice a week and I'm going to post every Monday and Wednesday, let's say. Now I need to think about what types of content are going to fit in on Monday and Wednesday. How am I going to engage with my followers? How am I going to convince them to buy my stuff? How am I going to get them to come to my restaurant? How am I going to get them on my online e-commerce store? That was kind of the same thing, online e-commerce. How am I going to get them on my e-commerce store and purchasing clothes from my boutique? So here's some things and some categories that we might need to consider when we're thinking about the types of content that we're going to be posting on our page on Monday and Wednesday, for the sake of this example. We might need to be thinking about what upcoming events are happening this quarter. Over the course of the next 3 months, do I have any events, or are there any holidays that I need to celebrate or promote?
It's Friday, y'all.
It's Friday. Okay, more coffee, right? More coffee. That always helps. So Upcoming in the months of June, July, and August, we've got 4th of July. We've got Father's Day. Are those holidays that our target audience wants to celebrate? Or is that something that our product or service can fit into? Is there a certain special that we want to promote? We need to be thinking ahead and intentionally being proactive instead of being reactive. The difference is proactive is saying, hey, a month from now, we want to have a 4th of July sale. Reactive is, oh my gosh, tomorrow's the 4th of July. We should have a 25% off sale. All right. So we're working and helping you being proactive instead of reactive. Another category for you might be, how can you relate to your customers? You might have some this or that posts, or you might share some meet the team posts where you don't just talk about the skill of your employees or yourself as the owner and how it pertains to your business. You might speak to some of the relatable things as it relates to being a human being and connecting with your target audience. So our target audience is typically people who are between the ages of, I would say, 30 and 55. They're typically parents. They're entrepreneurs. So some things we might say about our team is, hey, if I was a mom, I'm not, I'm just a dog mom. So maybe there are other dog moms out there, but Hannah loves to take her dog Trooper for a walk every morning before she gets her day started and grab a cup of coffee over from Pine State Coffee, downtown Raleigh. Those are things that are going to engage and connect and make me feel more relatable to my target audience. Another category might be you thinking about how you can educate your audience. So educational content that has to do with your business. Behind the scenes videos, they don't have to be fancy and they don't have to be a big production, y'all. It can be a simple, quick video that you share on your Instagram stories or something you film on your phone. Y'all, Apple iPhones film in 4K now, okay? We do not need a big video production. It can be something super simple and quick that you throw together on your phone. Another idea for a post in this category is did you know posts. Hey, did you know that the #1 demographic on Instagram are people between the ages of 18 and 35? Or, hey, did you know that, sorry, I'm thinking of things specifically for Ugly Mug, but did you know that you can shoot in 4K on your iPhone? There are all these different educational things that we can utilize to be a resource to our target audience. So be thinking about that category and how you can educate your audience specifically as it relates to your business. And then the last category is how can you sell to your audience? So obviously all of these things are kind of fun and they're engaging, but ultimately we're trying to take someone from stranger to friend to customer into evangelist. So someone who's going to rant and rave about our product and service, but we have to move them from that friend zone of just liking us on Facebook or Instagram and just engaging with our content to actually being a paying customer. And how do we do that? Well, we have to intentionally plan content that sells to them. And we might do that by having reviews, sharing testimonials from people who look like the people that we are trying to target. Or we may also include product or service videos, showing them how to use our product or service, showing them what the experience is going to be like when they come to our office, or when they come to our restaurant, or when they come and get a massage at our spa. We need to be thinking about how we can best sell it to these people. Now, step number 3 in the planning process is to actually map it out. Like, I'm talking Google Doc or pen and paper if you're old school like me. What's happening in April? What's happening in May in this example? What are the days that I'm going to post? What are my different categories? And what are the events that I'm hitting on this month? So, for example, looking back at the month of April, we wanted to post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So on Mondays, we said, we're going to share Did You Know? Educational content. On Wednesdays, we're going to share some behind the scenes content. That could be a blend of educational and of selling. And then on Fridays, we just want to be engaging. We want to introduce our team and generate some social proof. And what social proof is when we share a Meet the Team post, anyone and everyone who's ever been a client of Ugly Mug is commenting on that post and saying, oh my gosh, I love Tim. He's so great to work with. He does an amazing job on our content. Or we love working with Abby. We're having our meeting with her this week. And then it generates this kind of buzz around, oh, hey, I know that person. I know the people that own Robbie G's in Alexandria. It sounds like they're having a great experience with Abby. My business needs social media. Maybe I need to reach out and work with Abby too. It just kind of helps create that buzz. Then the next thing is events and holidays. So what are the events and holidays that are happening in April, or things that we want to make sure that we're highlighting on our page? And you can see we did the same thing as we were mapping it out for May. We switched to this or that, included reviews, product spotlights, and then we wanted to really make sure that we touched on Mother's Day, which was on May 8th. So that's how we're going to map it out. Now, here's some real life application. We truly use this same exact process, we're not just preaching it to you today. We actually use this same process for our clients and plan out the content and share these content documents with them. So you can go and ask our clients. The majority of them get these type of contents depending on the package they're on with us. So what we've got here is Glass Tint, etc. I love working with Robert and Kenny. They are in Alexandria, Louisiana, and they are not just window tint. They do lift kits and tires, and they can put, y'all, they built a storm chaser truck.
That's right. I forgot about that. That's crazy, isn't it?
It's like literally insane. Has anyone seen the movie Twister? Tell me in the comments if you've seen the movie Twister, because this was like way better than Bill's like red truck with Dorothy in the back. Okay. This had like all the Doppler radar. This was like, who was their competitor, or like the guy that they were always up against? I can't remember I think it was like Jonas or something like that. This truck looked like that, but even more souped up. Okay. So they do some really cool things. So the real life application for planning content for Glass Tint looks like this. We say, all right, the client's Glass Tint, our time commitment is going to be a maximum of 2 hours to just create 1 month of content. And the goal for them is to post 3 times a week. So we post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on their page. And you can hold me to that and go back and look at this week, okay? The themes for them are recent work, and we want to generate social proof. We want to show some really cool rides, some cars that have come through the shop. So this week we shared, I can't remember what we shared this week. I think we shared boats that had recently come in and gotten sound systems and tint done on the outside of their windows. So we want to include social proof. Then we want to include featured services. So we want to sell actual services that they provide. A lot of people don't know that they can install leather. A lot of people don't know they can put whole new light kit on the outside of your vehicle. A lot of people don't know that they can install a winch on the front of your Jeep or your truck or SUV. So we want to highlight that. Then we want to spotlight products. That's our last category. So those happen on Friday. And those are just educational about any new products that are hitting the market or things that people may not know a lot about. Like, did you know that there are so many different levels and types of window tint? And I'm not just talking about the shades of window tint. I'm talking about the strength and the installation of different types of window tint. Ceramic tint versus just regular Lumar film, and then different brands. I mean, it's wild, the tinting industry and all.
It always surprises me. It always surprises me how detailed like industries like that are. Like just how many, I guess, just the sheer number of details within them, like, or just the different kind of products and like things like that. I think about that with like sports as well. It's like,
I know, it's wild.
Like equipment or anything.
Oh, totally. Like my husband, Wesley, plays hockey, not professionally, just beer league hockey here in Raleigh. And I'm just like down the rabbit hole of like all these different hockey brands and the types of equipment. I'm like, I'm educating myself, y'all. And so for you and whatever business or industry you're in, this is a great opportunity to spotlight some of those products that you might sell or services that you might provide. And then the last one we've got here is we always want to include some level of financing and educating people on finance. So I've got some examples in these different categories. Here you can see a recent work truck that they built out. So they help small, medium, large size businesses and corporations all across Louisiana build out their fleet. So if this is specifically a work truck for Shelton Energy. You say Shelton Industry. Still not enough coffee, guys. So this is a work truck for Shelton Energy. They did a whole bunch of work on this truck. They added new wheels, new tires. They added a sticker or their logo to the side of the vehicle. They added window tint. They added a gas tank that is mobile and is connected to the truck. They added a new hitch, all kinds of fun stuff there. In the middle section, we've got an educational post. So this one, we really wanted to get people's attention because it's bug season in Louisiana. Whenever you're driving down the highway, you are going to have a lot of bugs on your windshield or on the front bumper of your vehicle. And so we're giving a little educational content speaking to bug season and telling people about a ceramic wrap that you can add to your vehicle that makes it so when you just simply wipe off the front bumper, all the bugs are gone. Like no scrubbing, no scraping required. It doesn't ruin the paint. It actually, yeah, Abby needs that when she's driving from Baton Rouge to our office in Alexandria. Maybe we need to call Robert and Kenny and schedule that appointment. And then the last one is just a featured service. So custom leather installation. They are a Catskin dealer, which is a really awesome brand of leather seats. And so they can help people install that. So these are just 3 examples of content built around these categories. And we're honestly not using any professional photos either. These are all iPhone photos or stock images. I think the middle one is actually a stock image from Canva. So don't be worried about needing to have this styled shoot. You can create really remarkable and beautiful show-stopping content just with your iPhone, I guess, or your Android device. Any Android users, tell us in the comments. But if you need some help and guidance on how to get to this point of actually creating the content, I want y'all to look in the caption of this live stream. We're actually going to drop the link here in the comments too. Alex, if you're watching, can you drop the link for our freebie download? If you simply click on the link in the comments, you can then click on there and insert your first name, last name, and your email address, and then you'll be able to download our free guide. In the guide, we're going to give you a content calendar. We're going to give you categories to consider for your business, and then we're even going to give you some more examples across a variety of different industries. We've got examples from hair salons, from glass tint, from medical spas, from all kinds of different industries, so you can see what educational product spotlights and featured services and recent work categories can look like for your business. All right, you're done hearing me gab. I'm going to pass things over to Abby now, and she is going to talk to us about creating. She's going to start with copy and then dive into Canva. So Abby, take it away.
Awesome. Hey, y'all. Okay, so now that you've got a plan, we're getting into the creation process, and there are 2 phases to this process. So you got the copywriting phase and you got the graphic design phase. Doesn't matter which one you do first. I'm a visual person. I like making the graphics first and then write my copy based off that. But maybe you're like, I don't have a creative phone in my body. We're just going to go write the copy and then we'll worry about the graphics later. And that is fine too. Today, we're actually going to go ahead and start with the copywriting process. So once you start your copywriting process, you're going to go ahead and get online and go into Google Docs. This is what we use because it's super easy to share a Google Doc with someone so they can maybe spell check you, look over it and approve it for you, or even just it automatically saves. So it's really easy to keep yourself organized in Google Docs.
Automatically save.
Yes, I'm like the queen of just exiting out and something and thinking, oh man, did I save that? So that's a really awesome thing about that. And actually, the share button is strategically placed behind that little sticker that says strategy month. So if you're looking for it right now, that is where it is. So we're going to dive into actually just how we set up our content document and how to keep ourselves organized when we're writing our copy. So to start off with, we are going to include a header. So, and the header is going to say your strategy month and the year. So when I say include a header, you're going to go to that little button on the navigation bar up there that says like normal text. You can switch between header, normal text, title. So that is what I mean by when I say include a header. So you're going to include your header. So for example, February 2022 content. Then once you make your graphic, you're going to go back and include that. Then you're going to add a title. And so the title is going to be whatever day you want to make that post on. So for example, we have February 4th. And then you're going to write your corresponding copy that goes with that graphic and that date. And as you do this, these headers and these titles are going to populate here on the side into this navigation bar so you can easily scroll through and find each post that goes on each day, which is going to be extremely helpful when you're going into Facebook and having to schedule this all out later. So that is just how we set up our content document. So it's just really easy to navigate, super easy, and just makes life so much simpler.
Yes. And don't be intimidated by this. If you're like, oh my gosh, I have to go through and type out every single day of the week or, the Monday, Wednesday, Friday dates, don't worry. In our freebie packet, if you click the link down in the comments that Alex added there, if you click on that link and click download, or fill out your information, click download. We actually have a template pre-built out for you with all the days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from starting June 1st all the way through August 31st. So don't worry, we got your back there too.
So all you have to do is go in and add your graphics and write your copy and you'll be done.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to go into creating the graphics, and I'm going to share my screen with y'all, and we're going to just go through Canva, and I'm going to show y'all kind of how to navigate it and some of my favorite features to use to spice up your graphics. All right, so here we are on Canva, and once you get onto the Canva homepage, you're going to pick out what template you want, whether it be a Facebook post, Instagram post, presentation, whatever it may be. I chose to do an Instagram post, so here I am with my blank canvas that looks super intimidating. And I am going to look here on the side at the navigation bar right now. So the first thing on the navigation bar, which is extremely helpful, especially if you need like some inspiration or if you're trying to make something quick, it's your templates page. So you can go here and search for different types of templates and whatnot, get inspired, look at those. Then you're going to go, which we're going to come back to this in a minute, and we're going to do like a little example post. But you can go to elements, you can search for different shapes, graphics, and stickers under here. You can click on some of these stickers, and some of them you're actually able to change the color of. You can go to uploads right here and upload screenshots, photos. If you have a logo that you want to add to your graphic, this is where you can go here and upload that, anything like that. Next, we're going to go on to text. You can add in text here, and we're going to stop here for a second. And so if you want to add text to a graphic, you can add your heading, subheading, body text, whatever it may be. You can add that on, and you can go up here and change the font that you like. But something cool about Canva is if there's a font that your business uses a lot and you don't see it here, which Canva has millions of fonts, but say they just don't have the one that your business likes to use, you can actually upload that font and save it on Canva so you can have it on hand when you're creating graphics. A font that Ugly Mug uses a lot is this Marmalade font, so I'm just going to put that.
Marmalade's a hot font. I like that one a lot.
I like that one too. It's fancy. You can actually, and you can change the size of the font. You can change the color, the alignment, put it in a list, change the spacing. But we're going to go back here to the color real quick. So like I said, on these elements that you add, and even in your text, you can change the color of certain things. And something cool about when you go to the color button is that you can actually save colors that you use often to a brand kit. So if you have colors that your company uses a lot, a certain color scheme, you can go ahead and add it to a brand kit so you don't have to constantly search and try to navigate to that same color all the time. So right here, you'll see that we have all our Ugly Mug colors saved. So I can change it to this pretty pink if I want. I can even go here. Something I like to do is to switch it up sometimes is add an effect to my text. So like maybe I want to add this splice effect, or maybe I want to even go a step further and add a really cool animation to the text. So I can make it fade in, I can make it pan in, I can even make it act like a little typewriter. And you can add these effects to different groups of text even. So say you want a certain effect on your heading and then a different effect on your subheading. You can do that as well, and even add a different animation to each.
Next, I love that. So many different options.
Yeah. You
can like the one where it like slams down. I don't know what it's called. It might be called.
Yeah, I mean it's called like stop or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there's lots of like just go in here and play around. It's just a lot of fun to see how much Canva actually has. Like even here, like on the navigation bar, you can go and find even more photos. Just search Canva for certain things. You can even add audio to your graphics and videos. You can add in a video that Canva already has, and you can even add like a background. Like maybe you're looking for a gradient or a certain texture or something. This is really cool. So we're going to go back up here to templates, and we're just going to make a mock post. So for example, let's say Father's Day is coming up in June, and you're like, oh man, I need a Father's Day post to go up for my business. Don't really want to have to think about it too hard. I'm just going to see what templates Canva has, and then I'm going to go off that and make it fit like my business's aesthetic. So we're getting here, we're scrolling, we're looking. We see that, okay, I like this little graphic with a mustache. It's kind of cute, but it does not fit my color scheme. It's not using the font I like. What do I do? So we're just going to use Ugly Mug's branding as an example today. So I'm going to just go ahead and change this color of the background to the Ugly Mug blue color. And then I'm going to go and change the font to the Marmalade font that we use all the time. And then I might even change the color of this sticker right here. It's a gray right now, but this kind of yellow in our thing is fun.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah.
I know.
Like the font color to like this gray that we use a lot instead of the black. And now I have a Father's Day post real quick and easy. Like what did this take me? Maybe 30 seconds, and it fits our branding, it fits our like the color scheme, fits our aesthetic, and it was so simple. And that's just how we can navigate Canva and use it really easily to our advantage to make a good post.
But Abby's like being really humble because Abby probably could create something that looks even better than that from scratch. But for those of you who do not have the creative, like aesthetically, you know, like the eye catching, like you just don't have an eye or a knack for that. That's what the templates are there to help with.
Yeah. Super easy. So I have another just little quick tutorial in our freebies package, and I also have the template, the Google Doc template for your copywriting that's also in the freebies package. So if you hang on till the end or look in the comments, you can get a link to that and take advantage of all those freebies.
Don't be surprised if that's the actual image that we use for Father's Day.
Right? I'm like, might as well put that in the strategy now.
I know. I'm like, it's already created, and I don't think we've scheduled out all of June yet. So yeah, go ahead and use that. Awesome. Well, Tim is now going to take it away for part 3 of our 3-step process when you are creating 3 months of content in one day. And it's probably the most rewarding part. Wouldn't you say so, Tim?
I would agree. And I was actually going to say it's probably my favorite part because it means, honestly, all the hard work is done. Like now you can this is the easy part. Like you can kind of sit back, do a little bit of work, and make Facebook do the rest of it for you. So
yes,
that's what I like.
Exactly. I know. I'm like, Tim, correct me if I'm wrong, but the graphics part is not your favorite part.
It's not my favorite part, but I do enjoy it sometimes. Yes. Whenever I'm in a groove, I really enjoy it because sometimes I really do get in a groove and I'm clicking around and I'm like, man, I'm feeling happy today. And then some days I'm like, just not it. And the templates are for me. And I'm just like, all right, let's just grind this out.
Exactly. See, y'all are going to have those days too when you are creating content for your biz. So just know the creative ruts and the need for Canva templates, it happens to all of us. So without further ado, go ahead and take it away, Tim.
Sure. So like I said, the implementing phase, this is the part where you've done all the hard work. So now you literally just have to schedule it out. And there's a couple of different ways to do it. Luckily, Facebook kind of gives you different resources that are free to you and they're really easy to use. So the 2 that we use mostly here at the office are Meta Business Suite. Meta is just another word for Facebook, by the way. It's not any kind of like secret company or anything. It's still Facebook. And we also have Creator Studio. A lot of you may not have heard of Creator Studio before because it's not, I don't know, Hannah, Abby, maybe you'll agree with me with this. It's not easily accessible. You kind of have to go out of your way to get to it. Would y'all say that's accurate?
Yeah,
you have to like Google search. Yeah, you like have to know that exists to go out and find it. It doesn't just automatically pop up.
I was telling Alex about that yesterday, actually. I'm like, yeah, it's handy for a few things, but you do have to go out of your way. So if I were you, just put it in your bookmark bar. And that honestly, same tip for y'all. If y'all don't use your bookmark bar, just go ahead and set up a folder called Facebook links. That's what, I don't know. I'm pointing at my screen right now, but you can't see it. I have that, and it's literally just every Facebook link I need because some of them just aren't easily accessible. All right. Yeah. So I guess let me show you how to actually schedule. So you've done all the work, you've created your content. So let's just get into it. So if you go to the next slide for me. So we're going to go live from my laptop real quick. I'm also going to do a nice little live demo, if you will. So let me know whenever I'm actually on the stream because I'm on another tab. I don't have my second monitor up today, so I can't actually see it.
It's good to go.
I'm good to go?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So I'm just going to use our page as kind of the example. I don't know. It's just the easiest thing to do. I could use one of our clients, but I don't know. I like our page a lot. So all you do really is, so I guess before I get started, we're going to start with Business Suite, mainly because it's easy to access. Most of you have probably heard it before. Most of you have probably used it before. But I don't know, maybe you don't know all the different kind of tools and features. So let's say, well, I guess first go to your Facebook page for your business. And here it is. To get to it, it's really easy. It's literally right here on the left. You just click right here where it says Meta Business Suite. And that's going to load up a new page, and then you're in. Next thing you're going to want to do is go on this left-hand side to post and stories. Once that loads, you're going to have kind of like an overview of everything that you've posted before, which is really convenient because you can kind of see how things are doing, kind of the reach, engagement, just all the different little metrics. That's my favorite part. I don't know about you or about y'all, Abby, Hannah, but honestly, the numbers are my favorite part. So whenever I'm an ads manager,
it's always so interesting to like look and see, oh my gosh, okay, what was it about that post that like resonated with people that, you know, that one got 10 likes, but then I posted, you know, a picture of someone's dog and that one only got 2 likes, or, you know, vice versa. Or seeing, okay, well, what time of day did I post that? Is that when my, you know, my followers or when the people that I'm trying to reach, is that when they're online more? I mean, there's tons of different data that you can dive into. And if you're a data and numbers person, like I would say myself and Tim are, then that's going to feel really rewarding to look at all of that information and parse through it.
Absolutely. Especially when the numbers are looking good. That's the best.
Yes.
All right. So from the post and stories screen, well, you can see your posts and stories. So you got your post here, you got a tab for stories. If you want to look at it to see how basically other people would see it on your feed when they're looking at your Facebook page, you can do it that way. And then I guess if you wanted to just look at the different photos that you had uploaded, they're all there. Here's a photo of me from my 1-year anniversary.
Ted Lasso themed.
That's right. If you're a Ted Lasso fan, let us know in the comments for sure.
Yes, please do. We need to know.
All right. I might dress up as Ted Lasso for Halloween this year, but I don't know. That's a while out, I guess. We'll see. All right.
Wow, I would love that for you. And with your new haircut, I feel like it's fitting.
I'd have to shave the beard though and just rock the mustache. We'll see. So on the post and story screen, like I said, you can see all your posts, so all the published ones. You can also see any posts that you have already planned out or that you already scheduled. So we've got some scheduled here. Looks like we've got one that failed to post, so we need to maybe go back in and fix that later, which is also very handy. You can kind of see, because Facebook, it messes up sometimes, let's be honest. I don't know if y'all have experienced that, viewers, but us here at Ugly Mug, on a daily basis, I would say I experience that. So
yeah, Facebook, Meta, Instagram, they're not perfect.
Definitely. But that's okay, you know. They're doing their best.
We're all just doing our best, right? Comment below if you're just doing your best.
Okay,
gosh.
So what we're going to do now, I'm going to show you how to schedule a post out of Meta Business Suite. So like I said, you've done all that work. Just get Facebook to do the work for you now. So you're on the Posts and Stories tab. Up here in the top right, you'll go up here to Create Post. Click that. That'll bring you to this post creation screen. And when you get here, you can, select whatever page you want to post it to. So if you have Facebook and Instagram like kind of tied together, you can post to both. So I'll go ahead and click that. Next, add in your media. So we're going to use a photo for this. So I'm going to upload it from my desktop. And I've got it right here. So I think this is a post that's going out on Monday, actually. I was looking at our strategy earlier. And if you're curious if we actually use the strategy, we do. I've got it pulled up right here. So we do actually use this like on a daily basis. So we've got our picture up here. And if you look here to the right, it actually gives you a nice little preview so you can kind of see how it looks. And so maybe you did a picture and you realize, oh, it's kind of cut off at the top right here or something. You didn't want that. You can go in and resize it and re-upload it. So that's really convenient that they do that for you. So once you get your photo up or your video, if you're doing a video, you go down to the next part and it's going to be the actual copy or the text box. So you're going to take the copy from your little strategy sheet here. So just literally highlight it, copy, paste. Easy, right?
Too easy.
Too easy, I'm saying. And so, like I said, you got your little preview here. I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with that. So once you're satisfied and you're happy with it, next thing you're going to do is actually publish it or schedule it to publish. So if you're creating a post and you want it to go out right now, which is fine, but a lot of people do that. Do that for some clients too. Whenever if it comes out on that day or whatever, I'll just click publish now. So you would just do that. Now, if you want to schedule it for later, you click schedule, and this little box will come up down here for you to pick a date for both Facebook and Instagram, or if you just selected one, it'd be just for that one. So you can select the date. So I think we're doing the 30th. And Abby, what time do you normally post these? Because you do all of our ugly mug stuff, right?
I do 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Perfect.
Yeah.
So once you select the date, to actually select the time, you select, there's like each one of these three. So for the numbers, you literally just type in the number you want. So 10, 0, 0. And for AM, PM, you just type A or P. So if I type A, AM, P, PM. All pretty simple. And like I said, I always think this is my favorite part of the strategy process because it's easy. I come in the morning, just kind of like have a full morning scheduling stuff out. Those are the best mornings. Okay, so
and you're scheduling right now on Instagram and on Facebook, right? So we can publish the same exact content on our Facebook page and schedule that out on our Instagram, right?
Exactly. Oh, and I'm glad you said that because if you wanted to customize it, change it up a little bit because Instagram does have character limits.
Like hashtags.
And things like that. If you select this little button right here, you can customize it for each one. So you can customize the Instagram one or you can customize the Facebook one to say different things. Or for instance, on Instagram, you can't include a link necessarily. So if you had a link in the Facebook one, you could take it out from Instagram.
Yes, that's such a good point. And it bothers me. This is a personal preference, but it bothers me when people leave all their hashtags and they're cross-posting from Facebook to Instagram or from Instagram to Facebook because hashtags really aren't important on Facebook the way that they are on Instagram. People don't search for hashtags on Facebook in that same way. And so I think it's a really cool feature to be able to remove all those hashtags so it does look like you've uniquely made this post for Facebook versus a uniquely made post for Instagram because nobody wants to see all those hashtags on Facebook. It just kind of makes your post look a little clunky and unorganized. And so we want to keep it nice and clean on Facebook with just the copy and the link, and then adding in the hashtags just for Facebook or removing the links on there.
Exactly. So yeah, that's super handy, and I'm really glad they included that because otherwise you'd have to go in and like make the post on Facebook, then go to Instagram, make the post there. It's just a hassle.
Yeah. And it's nice to be able to schedule in advance, which is
exactly
like the best thing ever because I think a lot of people, like, I'm sure y'all's clients have told you this too. Like they feel like stressed or like overwhelmed. Like they have to be posting every single day and they feel like they don't have time to post, but maybe they had like an open Monday where they could have been planning and scheduling everything out. This like takes the pressure off, right? And it takes the pressure off for us too. Imagine if we had to post for every single one of our clients in real time.
Well, I'll be honest, I'd forget.
I was going to say, I'd be missing some posts pretty regularly, so...
Yeah, so scheduling is like a game changer.
Absolutely. So you picked out your date, your time. If you guess it, all you do is click schedule and you're done. And once you do that, it pulls up this handy little calendar, which is a terrific segue into my next point. You can kind of see what posts you have scheduled for a week, or up here in the left, you can select a monthly view, and that gives you a layout for your entire month. So in our little freebie, we've actually got a monthly planner. So once you get it planned out monthly, once you go back, you can kind of compare your notes to the actual work and then make sure you've got everything scheduled out. Another super handy thing about this little calendar is it gives you all of the little holidays. So I know that's a big thing for social media. It's just all the little holidays. It's just a national holiday just about every day, which they're not a sponsor, but if you want a good website for that, National Today is a great one. So use them for sure. But this is super handy because it hits all the big ones and some of the small ones, like Bike to Work Day. I did not bike to work last Friday. Did either one of y'all bike to work?
Bike to work day? No. I do have a bike. I'm supposed to bike to work, but it's too hot. I think I'm going to buy an electric scooter. Ugh,
that's a good one. Lazy. You can get an electric bike actually, and like they have ones where it's like it helps you pedal, so like you barely pedal, but it just keeps going. I don't know. There's also here in Alexandria, I don't know. If any of the viewers are watching from Alexandria, there's these guys that ride around on bicycles that they strapped motors to downtown. I'm sure you hear them every now and then. I see them at the office all the time. All right. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I kind of went off on a tangent.
We're going to Creator Studio.
That's right. So say you're looking at the calendar and you're making sure you got your post made, and you look back and you realize, oh no, May 3rd was National Teacher Day. But you really wanted to say, I don't know, maybe your business like has a lot of teacher customers, so you really wanted to highlight that and highlight, something that's important to them. Typically, if you didn't know this next trick that we're about to show you, you just missed it. But if you use Creator Studio, there's actually an extra feature that Creator Studio offers called backdating. So if you miss something like that, you can go back, or you can go into Creator Studio, which I'll switch over to now. This is it. And it offers a feature to backdate things so that it posts and it looks like it was actually posted on that day. And to actually get the Creator Studio, I probably should explain that since we talked about how hard it was to find. One, you can either, I'll do it in a new tab here. You can either just literally Google Facebook. I'm never more nervous than when I'm typing on camera.
I know you immediately don't know how to type whenever someone's watching you type on camera or when someone's standing over your shoulder. Anyone else feel that way? It's the worst.
So you just Google Facebook Creator Studio. It'll probably be the first one that pops up. Or if you want, you can just do business.facebook.com /Creator Studio. And it'll do the same thing. Anyway, so here's Creator Studio. So say we missed Teacher Appreciation Day or National Teacher Day. I can't remember what was it called. National Teacher Day. Terrible. But we want to make a post for it. So all you got to do is go into Creator Studio here, select the page. If you're hosting multiple pages, you want to select the right one. Obviously, I'm just going to use our page, Ugly Nug. So you select Create New up here, and then Create Post. And through here, you can also do post tests, things like that. I believe you can also do it in MetaSuite or Facebook Business Suite too, but we won't go into that just now. Select Create Post. A little box appears, kind of similar to the Business Suite. On here, though, I don't believe it gives you the option to cross-post, or you can't create the post for Instagram and Facebook at the same time. Now, you can go in and cross-post with another button, but you can't customize it. So if you want to do that, I would definitely recommend using Business Suite. All right. So we'll type our copy in. While I'm typing this, who's y'all's favorite teacher? I did not prepare y'all for this question, but hopefully you have an answer.
Ooh, I love this question. I've had so many good teachers. Teachers do not get enough ever. I feel like my mom's a teacher. So should I be cheesy and say my mom?
Do it.
She was never my teacher, though. She was never my teacher. I would probably say some of my favorite teachers were Miss Jansen, bless her heart. She was my first grade teacher. Loved her. Jane Robron. Her name used to be Miss Fire. Now she's Mrs. Robron. Shout out to Jane Robron if you're watching this. I'm pretty sure she follows our Ugly Mug Facebook page too.
Nice.
Love her. I know. I hope she is. And then Mrs. Wyckoff. Love her too. She literally got me through algebra in high school and also through calculus. I would have lost my mind without her. We would literally go to her house and sit at her kitchen table and have dinner with her family, and she would help us with our pre-calc homework. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Those are some of my faves.
Nice.
I feel like a lot of my English teachers were my favorite, like Miss
Same, actually.
Becky, like they just had like strong motherly qualities. They were great. Yeah.
One of my favorites, I can name a lot, but one of my favorites in high school was Mr. Richard. He wasn't even actually my teacher. I just had a good relationship with him. And by that, I mean, I would just yell out his name in the hallway, and he would yell out mine. But we're still friends today. In fact, I feel like I talked to him not that long ago. He's a great guy. And when I was in college, Dr. Rogers was my world lit professor. And I don't know, that was just the best English class I ever had. I loved it.
Man, I wasn't even thinking about college. That's easy for me. Professor Mark O'Toole. Shout out to Aquinas College. Thank you for everything. And specifically for Professor O'Toole, because he was like the biggest hype team for his students. And I just adored him and still do.
Nice.
I think I just recently sent him a LinkedIn message because he was like, congratulations, Hannah. It's so great to see you growing at Ugly Mug Marketing. And I was like, oh my gosh, y'all, teachers are amazing. They like remember you and your name and where you sat in their class. I mean, it's just like, teachers are awesome.
They are awesome. And I guess before I move on, I could not say anything about Kinsey. My girlfriend, she's a teacher, wonderful teacher. She wasn't my teacher, so I can't say she's my favorite, but she's great.
Wow. Tim coming in with all the boyfriend brownie points. I'm going to tag Kinsey in this after.
All right. I guess let me get the train back on the tracks here. So we've got our little post here. Shout out to Happy National Teacher Day. Thank you, teachers. So similar process to Business Suite, uploading the copy, uploading the image. If you want to put a location, go for it. I'm not going to. Let's see a point here. Distribution settings. Honestly, I wouldn't worry too much about this. If you wanted to stop newsfeed distribution on a certain day, a certain time, you could use it, but it's not super a point in that. So yeah, I wouldn't even bother with any of this, honestly, because it won't make much of a difference. So what you're going to want to do is now, if you wanted to publish it right now, you could just click publish, but if not, you could select this drop down arrow. And one good thing about Creator Studio is you can also schedule here. So if we selected schedule post, it would be the same thing. You could select a date and a time, but we're not doing that. We're going to backdate it. So to backdate it, you just go down to the bottom option here where it says backdate. And again, similar to scheduling, it's going to pop up a little date and time selection tool, which is convenient because it means you don't have to learn how to, it's not like some weird way to backdate, like a bunch of hoops jump through. Select your date. So what day was, let's see, Tuesday, May 3rd. And since Abby always does it 8 or 10 a.m., that's when I'm going to post it. Now, if you want this post to go out on your newsfeed right now, as if it were just posted, don't check this box. Leave it unchecked. If you don't want it to go out on your newsfeed right now, so I guess what I mean by that is, and y'all let me know if this makes sense the way I'm explaining it. When you make a normal post, it goes out on your newsfeed. That's how it would be if you don't check this box. If you do check this box, it won't go out to people right now, but it will still be on your page and it'll show like that date, May 3rd. If you check it regardless, it'll say May 3rd is the date, but I just wanted to explain that.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like basically people can see it right now. When they're scrolling, it'll pop up on their newsfeed. Or if they specifically go to your page and scroll back, it'll look like you posted on that date.
Exactly. So I'm just going to go ahead and select it here because I don't want it to go out right now. I don't know, because I guess we're making it early for the sake of the webinar, but here we are. So we'll hit save and then backdate. And then you're done. That's it. It's backdated. Now let's go see if it actually posted. How about that? So we go to our Facebook page. Well,
oh my gosh, really putting it to the test.
I'll show you how to do it in Creator Studio first. So here it is right here. It'll say it published today. But if we go to the actual Ugly Mug page, let's see. Oh man, I might have to scroll for May 3rd. I should pick a closer one.
I was like, wow, you're really like, we're testing your Wi-Fi strength over there at HQ. Seeing if it'll load quick. Yeah, we actually had someone on the last webinar. She goes, I wish I would have known that. I wanted to post for it was like National Women's Day or something like that. And she was like, I just didn't post, or I had to post a day late. And she was like, I wish I would have known this feature was available. And look, y'all, there are so many national holidays and all kinds of things. Find the ones that are most relevant to your business and pick those ones. And if you miss them, like, hey, we wanted to celebrate teachers. And this honestly is one we probably should have posted on because we work with a lot of of early childhood networks like in Jefferson Davis Parish. We work with Rapides Parish. We also work with Washington Parish and their early childhood networks. So this is something that definitely would be relevant to our business, and that we want to go back and make sure that we're thanking those teachers, especially with the heaviness and what's happening in our world right now in recent news. So yeah, just a really cool feature that we have available to us on Facebook and Creator Studio and MetaSuite and all the other scheduling tools that are out there to help you make sure that you're getting your content out to your people.
Exactly. Cool. And as we can see here, it posted, it says May 3rd right there, 10 a.m. So no one would be any wiser. So you can get away with it. If you forget to do something, that's all right.
Only you will know. Only you and your team will know. Awesome. So we've gone live from Tim's laptop. And that's all we got, guys. That's kind of it. But now you might be wondering or feeling like, all right, I watched this webinar. Now what? So Tim, tell us a little bit about what's included in our free starter pack. We've got a new addition there on the far right-hand side, which is that Canva tutorial with Abby. But tell us a little bit about what's included when they go to the link, type in their information, and download that starter pack. What are they going to get, and how is it going to help them?
Sure. So yeah, now that you watched the webinar, it's your turn. It's your turn to put in the work. And we're going to give you like all of these things for free so that you can do it. And so you can literally create your 3 months of content for your business, or however many months really. It's kind of up to you in one day. So within the actual freebie, the little pack, we've got a content day agenda. So basically whatever day you select to sit down and create your content, we're calling that content day. So you can write that on your calendar if you want. It's just an agenda for you to literally get a breakdown of everything you're going to be doing that day. And I don't know, if you're like me, that I like having those kind of things, an agenda or just to schedule something to keep me on track. So I find that super helpful. If y'all can see my calendar right now, it's just like, it's super organized. It's buckets of stuff and everything's color coordinated. I'll tell you.
We love it.
And so the next, you're going to get 7 categories and samples that you can utilize in any industry. So this is going to be super helpful for just ideas and content creation, just different things that you can use in different categories. And it'll really just kind of expand your mind and give you different ways to advertise your business, different ways to kind of post on social media and just keep your feed interesting, keep people interested. Next, we're giving you a content planning calendar. So this is where you're going to actually go in and plan out each month. Like say you're posting 3 times a week, you're going to go in and write on those days what category you're doing, what the topic is, maybe even what's the word, not genre, of the medium, I guess, maybe. So say you're doing it on Facebook, or maybe you're doing it on Instagram only, maybe you're doing both. Maybe you're doing a video, maybe you're doing an image. So you're going to write all that down on your content planning calendar. That way, whenever you go to actually, once you get it made, you can go in and know exactly when to post things. And it's not a guessing game. And you're not kind of just like throwing stuff around. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We like to say we're throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what
That's
sticks.
it. Okay? That's what I was trying to think of.
That's not what we're doing. Again, we're being proactive, not reactive, y'all.
Next is the content document template. And so that's what I showed you that we actually use. It's just a way for you to plan out everything and to type out all your copy, to organize all your images to where it's like your copy is with the corresponding image on the corresponding date with the corresponding category and everything. So it's all just super organized. And like Hannah said, our new addition is a Canva tutorial with Abby. So Abby is the Canva person, I would say. So that's a good deal.
She is the expert.
So you're going to get super helpful video with that and something to reference. So you won't have to go back and click through the live stream, I guess.
Yeah, so the link for this is in the comments. Alex, if you want to drop it in there again, so it shows up at the top of the feed. You can click it there in the comments. You can click it in the description for today's webinar right directly on the post. Or you can, if you have your phone handy, I didn't test this. So I hope it works, y'all. But there is a QR code on this slide. And so you can scan this QR code with your phone or mobile device. And it will take you to this landing page. And this is what the landing page looks like. Again, it's going to ask for your first name, your last name, You just complete that short form, and then you're going to click download, and it's going to bring you to a new page where you can download the starter pack. Like Tim said, it's got a ton of free stuff that's going to help you stay organized and templates that you don't have to create because we've already created it for you. Okay. We're taking out that hard step of, designing that template. You can simply just go there, make a copy of the template, and then name it for your business or organization. And there are instructions. So for those of you who are like, I am not familiar with Google Documents, and I don't know how to make a copy, we do have some little quick screenshots and step-by-step instructions on how to do that so that you can create your own version, because when you access it, it is going to say view only, because we don't want everyone going in there and accidentally editing that document. So you will have to make a copy of that template specifically. And then in there too, we also have that Canva tutorial like Tim mentioned. So you can just click on the link directly there, and it's going to take you to Abby's private video on Vimeo where she's walking through step-by-step some of her favorite features on Canva. And Abby, how long is that tutorial? It's not super long, is it?
I think it's like maybe 6 to 8 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's like 6 minutes. It's pretty
So
short.
you can definitely incorporate that into your planning day to get you some inspiration and give you a quick little refresher on how to access Canva, how to get to those templates, upload the fonts, all of those fun features that we've got there. So this is completely free, y'all. What have you got to lose? Go ahead and click on that link, download it. You'll also be added to our Ugly Mug Marketing email list, so you'll see any other upcoming trainings that we've got. We know that Wayne is doing some trainings on Full Circle Marketing, which is his book that he released earlier this year, which is a phenomenal book. Everyone should read Full Circle Marketing. Our team is actually reading this right now. It's only 117 pages. So if you are a quick reader, you'll probably read this in half a day.
That's an afternoon, yeah.
Yeah, that's just like a light afternoon. Have an afternoon coffee, some tea, sit on your front porch or back patio, and delight in Full Circle Marketing by Wayne Mullins. Okay, so we've got some trainings coming up on that. We also have some trainings with Mara, who is the head of our SEO department. Mara's talking all about SEO, and I think Dan also is on that webinar as well. So they're talking through all of the benefits, what you need to know, what's true, what's not true, myths, all that fun stuff. We've also had Mallory. I think this week she did a webinar all about our website department, what you need to know when you're building a website, all of that fun stuff. Check out all of those trainings, y'all. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. SEO, Wayne. Oh, and general marketing. We've got some training on general marketing, and that includes, email marketing. I think they're including in there. They might be talking about how to do like video, television, commercials, all of that fun stuff. So lots of great trainings happening still in the next month, or you can scroll back and look at previous trainings that we posted before. If you were unable to join us live here today, if you're watching the replay, if you're like, hey, I have a question, put those in the comments. We will make sure that we answer those, whether you're watching here with us live today, or if you are going to be joining us for our next webinar. Same exact content, different spice though. Hey, we might change up our presentation style a little bit. Might have somebody else on team lead, so you don't have to hear me gab the whole time. But stay tuned again for those trainings. If you have questions, drop them in the comments here. If you have a question right now, we have another 2 minutes. So it's almost 12:05 Eastern time. So if you do have a question that's burning about content creation or just about social media marketing in general, feel free to drop that here and we'd be happy to answer that. Any final, what?
I was gonna say, or if you have a question about different flavors or different brands of mineral water, I can give you my opinion on those.
Yes.
I've tried them just about all.
Who was our friend
Mike.
Here? Mike. Look, this was Mike. He said Topo Chico. So Wayne, the founder of Ugly Mug Marketing, he loves Topo Chico. Okay. We always have Topo Chico in the Ugly Mug HQ refrigerator. That is definitely his beverage of choice. And tea. Wayne's a big tea drinker. I am too. Today I have every Friday though it's like I'm having a latte. It's like treat yourself. Heading into the weekend.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to stay on here for just another minute. If anyone has any questions, feel free to throw those in the comments. I see someone here. Ooh, Kate has a question. Is there an advantage to using the Meta scheduler over a third-party scheduler like Buffer or Later? So if you are only scheduling on Facebook or Instagram, I think the Meta tool is probably the best route to go, because sometimes I'm not as familiar with Buffer or Later, but sometimes you have to pay for other third-party scheduling tools like Hootsuite. I know they have a paid version. If you're trying to post the same content on multiple platforms outside of, again, just Facebook and Instagram, I would definitely recommend using things like Buffer, Later, Hootsuite, Sprout Social. Those are other platforms that we would recommend. I was trying to think of another one. I just had a call with a company who was trying to sell us on their scheduling tool, but what I was most interested in was the reporting feature. But sometimes those are really great tools because they will give you a more condensed and clean looking report too. And they may also have additional features like social listening, which is a really cool tool that it basically watches all the trends that are happening in certain industries, and it'll tell you what's trending, maybe if there's certain lingo that you should be using, certain style of graphics, maybe something that's trending in the industry that your business should or could be talking about. So those are the benefits of some of those third-party schedulers. But again, if you're solely just wanting to schedule your content on Facebook and Instagram, I would say the Meta scheduler or Creator Studio are going to be some of the best features for you to use right now. But for example, our client, Louisiana Central, we're posting for them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So for us, Hootsuite is the one that makes the most sense because we can actually schedule in advance on LinkedIn for them instead of having to post in real time. So advantages and disadvantages, I think, on both sides. If you're cross-posting on multiple platforms outside of Meta, yes, third-party scheduler would be my recommendation. If you're only using Meta tools like Facebook, Instagram, then I would just recommend using that and not maybe having those additional fees that you're paying to a third party. Because especially if you're a nonprofit organization or if you are someone who is a solopreneur just getting your business started, I mean, money is one of the tightest resources. Also maybe time, because you might be side hustling with your daytime job too, which we know that is many of you who are joining us here today. So we like to be sensitive to those things. So hopefully that answers your question, Kate. Thank you so much for asking. All right. Any other last minute burning questions, y'all? We had people joining us from Texas, Louisiana, Colorado, Michigan, all kinds of fun places. So love that if you were able to join us. Let's see here. Patrick just said, thanks team. Enjoy the presentation. Useful info. You're very welcome, Patrick. Love that. Yeah. Kate said, thank you as well. You are so welcome. All right. That concludes today's presentation. We will be presenting this same exact webinar. So if you know someone who could benefit from watching and utilizing this content in their business or organization, tell them to like this. You can comment and tag them here, or you can tell them to tune in. We'll be presenting this again the last Friday in June, I believe, is going to be our next presentation. So thank you all again for joining us here today, and we will catch you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye all.